going on, guys? Welcome back. If you haven't seen the title of this video, you can tell that this video is going to be different. If you've known me for a couple years, you've been following me, you've known I've had a 2016 Cadillac CT6 for about 2 years, a little over 2 years, and it's been a great car so far. I made a video of it, I introduced it to you, and I did the little interior quality check video. I've been trying to get around to making a 70,000 mile update for you guys to see, how the ownership experience has been, what broke, stuff like that. And I've been kind of procrastinating when it came to that kind of video because, to be honest, I wouldn't have anything to talk about. Nothing really broke on this car. It's got a little under 80,000 miles right now. It's like 70,600 something. Yeah, just under that, and it's fine. I only had really 2 unexpected maintenance visits. First one is the check engine light came on, and it was because the car needed some kind of software update. So the check engine light went away after the software update. Gonzo, no problem there, never saw the check engine light again. And then number 2 is I heard like some kind of grinding or dragging coming from the undercarriage. It turned out to be a loose heat shield. So the dealer ended up, retightening and refitting the heat shield. No more problem. So the only thing I really spent money on the car was I did do a transmission fluid flush, and I did new tires last spring. So that set me back a little bit of money. Nothing crazy though. Again, the car's been fine. I mean, as far as like little glitches and stuff go, it's had a thing where, so the long story is, I guess I bought the car with 1 key and there's 2 keys programmed to the car. I ended up cutting another key, but it registered in the car as the 3rd key. And so sometimes the car would get a little bit confused when both keys were in the interior, and then it just, it wouldn't start. So then I'd have to put the key in the little special area to make the car start, basically. But it only happened a couple times. Not a big deal. Only 2 times this happened. The heads-up display just decided to go on vacation for a day. Couldn't get it to pop up no matter what I did. Next morning, heads-up display is back like nothing happened. Strange, but I can live with it. All in all, it's been a surprisingly reliable experience. So you're probably wondering, why the hell have I gotten rid of the car? Well, I came across an opportunity that I simply could not resist. Let me show you the car really quick. It's sitting out here. I got a little stock tag up here. Just got stocked into to where I work here, because it is going to be for sale shortly. Just needs a detail and to go through the service department. Got to go through inspection. The only thing that happened really to this car when I drove it is I go to the car wash and I go to the Scratch-O-Matic car wash, and all the body has these little micro swirls. It's kind of annoying, but a quick buff will take care of that. I guess the chemical that they use to clean the wheels here also clean up these brake calipers a little bit. See, this brake caliper used to be kind of a navy blue, kind of gray color, and that's faded, probably because of the chemical in the car wash. And then my dad was driving the car one day and he kind of banged up this wheel here. Again, just minor stuff. Again, very clean for 80,000 miles. Again, surprisingly reliable. Let me tell you why I'm getting rid of this car. No matter what our sitting president is saying, it's not really a secret that the economy sucks right now, and that we are very much in a recession. So, food is up, interest rates are up, cost of living is up all across the board, right? So things are getting tough, and I'm thinking, you know what? How can I save a little bit of money here? Nobody needs a Cadillac CT6. It's a gorgeous luxury car, but that's what it is at the end of the day, is a luxury. Nobody needs that. I'm gonna miss it though, I'll be honest. So I got thinking to myself, how am I gonna save a little bit of money and still, you know, have a decent car to drive. I don't want to drive some crappy Nissan Sentra or whatever. You know, I don't want to drive a death cage, you know, or a death trap, I should say, you know, in case I get into an accident or something. So I got to thinking, you know what? There's two videos I saw from one of my favorite car YouTubers, Rob Ferretti from Super Speeders Rob. He posted two videos about his W211 E-Class. The one that he bought for like $1,000 or $1,100. I can put the links to his videos in my description if you want to check that out. So, you know, if you know Rob Ferretti or Rob Spaghetti, he has an exotic car rental company. He has a fleet of Ferraris, Bentleys, Mercedes, whatever. But his daily is this $1,100 E-Class. And his logic is, okay, why have a car payment or a lease? Why buy into depreciation and buy the most expensive car that you can afford at the time when you could just drive a BS car, and if it breaks, then just buy a new one? I saw his video a couple years ago, and it got me thinking, maybe I should do this. But that was a couple years ago, and that's when I had a car payment, but I didn't have as nice of a car. Anyway, when the opportunity came along, I got an ATS, and then when another opportunity came along, I got this Cadillac here. But now I'm thinking to myself, okay, I've just buried myself into this payment cycle of these used cars. Thank God I have a little bit of equity on this car, you know, to go towards the other car. So I'm not rolling over any kind of negative equity here. But what if I did? And that's a situation that a lot of people are in now. You know, I'm in the car business. I see this stuff every day. People are always in negative equity, especially when they buy a newer car, because cars depreciate typically the most within the first 5 years. Granted, this car is 8 years old, and it already did a lot of depreciating before I bought it. But it ended up losing, I think over the 2 or so years I've had it, I've paid about 10 grand or so in my balance, you know, in monthly payments. And that's including interest and the principal and all that. But I'm also paying a lot for insurance. You know, I got a loan on this car, and you got to pay full coverage insurance. And it's about to renew soon for $2,900 for the whole year. And everybody's telling me, oh yeah, no, you just have a really high insurance. My guy can help you. No, not really. I have a low insurance score. So I'm like, you know what? If I can, I want to try to get out of this car and get into a paid off car, trade it in for another car. I have enough equity right now where I can get into another car with no balance, no payments, and then just have liability insurance. Insurance is cheaper on older cars anyway. You know, the car that I ended up getting has a lot less technology than this car, so less stuff to break. It's 10 years older. This is a 2016. My replacement car is a 2006. And I want to show it to you. I'm going to have to film that video tomorrow, but I'm going to kind of splice things together and show you guys my new whip tomorrow. No payments, cheaper insurance, and it still looks nice. So stay tuned. I'll show you guys tomorrow. Peace. All right, so it's the next day. Time to reveal the new car. Like I said, I took a lot of inspiration from Rob Ferretti's video, since he bought an old E-Class. It still looks nice, but it still accomplishes his goal. And basically that's kind of what I did, only with the twist. Here it is. It's a 2006 CLS 500. It's got 76,000 miles. Again, no balance, and I got it for a very good price. I got it for basically a tenth of what the MSRP was when it was new. I'm not gonna take super great care of this car, not like the Cadillac. Rob Ferretti, when he bought his car, he said he put in regular gas, barely changed oil, didn't detail the car or wash it for like a year. I'm not going to be quite that lazy, I guess, with the car. It is still going to be my daily driver, and this is currently my only car, whereas Rob has a lot of cars. So I'm not going to be quite as lazy as far as the care goes. But you get the idea. Like if it gets a little damage or a shopping cart hits it or something, I'm not going to cry about it. I mean, overall, it's in very good shape considering this is 18 years old. There's no rust on the outside, and there's no dents or dings. It does have a few scratches, like a couple of these guys. Bugs me a little bit. But again, I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. You know, it's a cheap car for what it is. A couple things that are not working as they should. Number one, it's the window regulator on the passenger side. See the windows up right here? But if you open up the door here, the glass doesn't really move down as it should. And then you kind of see the glass isn't, it's not flush. It works properly on all the other corners, not on this one. I'm probably going to have to do something with the window regulator. The tires make some kind of weird noise. I mean, they passed the inspection, and the tread depth is actually very good. It's like 7/30 seconds on 3 of them, 9/30 seconds on the 4th one. Not bad, but there's some kind of vibration accompanied with a noise when driving, and it gets noisier the faster you drive. I don't think it's a problem with the tire itself. It could be the balancing, so I'm going to have that checked out. Again, not too upset about it, but it's kind of a safety concern that I want to have my place take a look at. You know, other than that, everything else works. The air suspension isn't collapsed or anything like that. The engine is in good shape. The powertrain is fine. Let me show you the engine real quick. See, like this one works just fine. You can pop the hood here. I wish the other side did that. This is the famous, I guess it's kind of famous. More so in the 55 AMGs. This is the M113 5-liter V8. This engine's in the 55 AMGs and in the 430s and 500 models of these cars from back in the day. I hear it's very reliable, actually. 302 horsepower, 339 foot-pounds of torque. Car has plenty of get up and go. Doesn't need anything. They cleaned it up for me real nice. Only thing I want to watch out for, though, is this SBC braking system. The brake feel is definitely not as good as the Cadillac, so I got to be a little bit careful with this. But the brake pads, like the measurements themselves, were pretty good. And then this grille here is a little bit cracked. Came like that. I may or may not replace the grille again. I don't want to throw a lot of money at this car because it's cheap. I may or may not get a new grille. Looks pretty easy to replace. Just gotta remove these 3 little screws here. Not too worried about that. And then one thing I love about Mercedes, so you can pull these little tabs on either side and open up the engine cover or the hood to the service position, which is like a 90-degree opening. That's really cool. I'm not going to do that now, though. It's too much work. And then the car only came with 1 key. So I'm going to see if I can get a second key cut at some point. Let's start this thing up really quick, just so I can show you. Again, no check engine light or anything like that. You can start it up here. Yeah, see, it's just fine. No problems to speak of, no rough idling or anything. Works pretty good. AC blows cold. Another thing that I'm not too excited with this car is it's missing a lot of stuff. You know, this seems to be a very low optioned car. So it has heated but no ventilated seats. It does not have a rear sunshade. I think it has navigation. I don't know how these older navigation systems work. I think you need to put in a disc. I don't know if this car has a disc, but when you go to map, you know, there's just, you know, nothing here. You know, nothing at all. I'm never going to use the navigation system. I don't really care. But yeah, no cooled seats is a bummer. Wish I had a wood steering wheel. Again, not a deal breaker. It doesn't have keyless entry. So if you got that, you would have the little button on the door handle to lock and unlock the door. Doesn't have that, and it doesn't have push button start. The push button start would be where this Mercedes logo is right here. And then no Distronic Plus either, so no adaptive cruise. That's a little bit of a bummer, but this interior is very clean. I mean, the wood is not cracked yet. There's not a lot of wear. On some of these older Mercedes, some of these buttons, the window switches, the symbols get worn out or they peel or whatever. Not on this car, not a single hint of that, which I'm quite pleased with. But we do have the air suspension. It seems to work. I have not seen any warning messages up here for Airmatic Visit Workshop. Nothing like that. But yeah, when you roll down this window here, it goes all the way down, the power part, but then when you try to raise it, it doesn't go up. And then you have to sort of manually raise it a little bit, and then it'll go all the way up. So that's kind of annoying. Although I do love the frameless windows. This is the first car I've ever owned with frameless windows. I like it. And then it's got a power trunk. Opens up pretty easy. I got a lot of crap back here that I got to take care of. Let me know if you guys want to buy the CT6 floor mats. The letter C came out of here, but I still have the letter. Just got to get it popped back in here. I can clean them up and sell them on Facebook Marketplace. Or if you guys want to buy them, make me an offer. They are factory Cadillac CT6 all-weather mats. I got all 4 of them. This is neat. I mean, yeah, that's about it. Like I said, this is my new daily. Still have to get insurance on it, although I know insurance is going to be a lot cheaper, and I'm just going to get liability. Don't need full coverage. I'm not going to have a loan on this car. I should be getting the title in a couple weeks, and it'll be my baby. It should last a long time. That's annoying. Should last a long time as long as I take reasonably good care of it. If you guys have owned a car like this or have any kind of tips or tricks, let me know. I'd love to hear them. I'll do a separate video of the interior quality check part. I just wanted to introduce the car for now, but I will do a separate video for the actual test. So stay tuned for that. And then again, I'm going to link Rob's videos in my description so that you can see what I'm talking about. Basically, just it's smart not to have a payment on these cars. You know, even though I bought that Cadillac used and I lost about half its value at the time I bought it, I still lost my ass on it. I am so fortunate to have put the amount of money down that I did at the time and got the payment where it was. Otherwise, I would be in a world of hurt. That car is losing money fast, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's the craziest thing. But again, so many people, you know, I know everybody's circumstances are a little bit different. People have different needs and stuff, but I don't know, buying a new or even a newer used car is just such a fucking waste of money. Why would you do that? You're paying into depreciation on a new or a lightly used car. If you're not paying the repair bills for something like this, you're paying into depreciation and interest and higher insurance because you got to have full coverage in order to satisfy the bank. You know, they require that full coverage insurance. But you buy something like this, it still looks nice, it's clean, but it's cheap and it's paid off and it gets you from point A to point B safely. So I don't know. I think this is the smarter play. The money I would be making for monthly payments, I know is going to go towards maintenance, but I'm not going to go to the Mercedes dealer for maintenance. because their labor is expensive. They're gonna mark everything up, of course, and you're gonna pay out the ass. But there's plenty of aftermarket sources for these cars. There's German car specialists, independent mechanics. I'm not worried about that. I had a car with this same basic powertrain and suspension before, and I got rid of that car with 156,000 miles. The only reason I got rid of it is because it needed new coils and spark plugs, and I didn't feel like paying for that. So I should have cut that car, to be honest. It probably would have lasted a lot longer. Air suspension was fine. But yeah, I'm gonna keep this car for a while, unless something else cooler comes up, like an AMG. We'll see. But yeah, more people should be driving paid off cars that have already hit its floor of depreciation, instead of buying a newer car and throwing away money just because you got to have the newest, latest, greatest thing. You know, it's consumerism at its finest. But yeah, enough of my rambling. Thank you guys for watching. Check out Rob's videos. He's a smart fella. And stay tuned for the interior quality check video of this car. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.